I finally got ratcheted down, and I got like myself a system going on here. Let's just double check we got this. It's just this tappa tappa tappa, tappa tappa tappa, tappa tappa tappa. Alright. I'm trying to get the thing lined up just a little bit. This is what I get for like letting the tape hang instead of cutting it off. Oh well. That's not bad though. This is not a bad setup for what we got here. We're doing bump and jump today. A lot of people don't know this is it's probably the most pog jam Atari 2600 has. But most people don't know it because they're not good at video games. Bump and jump has one thing that no other video game ever had for me. And I've been playing video games since the beginning of time, 1980, non-stop. And bump and jump has this one thing in it where if you really get good at it, you enter a Zen mode, and you don't even know what you're doing when you're playing the game. You're just playing it perfect. It's like you're like entered into the world of Tron. There we go. I fixed everything. I pulled the tape off. And like, I mean, I'm not even joking. You get hypnotized. But the hypnosis is part of the play. I think what happens is the brain gets subtle hints of what the procedural generation of the next part will be. Get myself all prepared. So we'll do a couple things here. First I'll start by saying, hey, haven't played Bump and Jump in 86. That's almost 40 years. So 35 years. I haven't played it since 86. So that means I'll probably not be perfect at it right now. So we'll do what we always did back in the 80s and 90s. Well, early the 80s mostly, is that we're level up on skill. Okay, you don't see yourself level up on skill, you just do it. So you'll see my progression in skill. And I have these new joysticks I got off. I can't even show the joystick; it doesn't reach. Okay, I got these joysticks off of eBay. They look like Atari 2600 games. They feel like it, but I'm gonna test. I'm gonna play these these new ones and test it against relics from the 80s. Because I know what they felt like. I want to make sure what I have here feels like what I have there, and I wouldn't know unless I played with the new ones for a while and go back to the old ones. That way. Like, because Atari 2600 controllers break, and you don't want to break your vintage ones. You want to be able to find a good substitute for your old vintage ones. And the only way to do that is by playing a new one for a while, then going to your vintage ones for a while, and getting a feel of your vintage, see what the difference is. And then you got it in your brain what the difference is. So it was very important. I had to acquire some joysticks for this. I had to get the thing hooked up for the machine. Like it took a while for the Atari 600 to get out. I had to buy like a power thing. But now I'm gonna finally rejoice and play some Atari 600. I would be playing League of Legends competitively right now, but the game is rigged, and I have people who lose on purpose. They don't like me because I'm a Christian. I believe there's a spirit of love, and that's why I am trying to promote love and everything. So let's see here. Let's see how my skill improves. Okay, so we're starting up. Oh, did it like lock up? It froze up, right? Alright, let's get it. Oh, okay, here we go. So I'm jumping. Okay, so I got the new controller. I'm just gonna try and do this and just see how we go. Now, if you bump into things, good. I have to go so fast to trigger the ability to speed up. Oof. Looks like a bridge is up ahead. It has the thing. Okay, first one's an easy jump. What happens? This is procedurally generated. Any good game of Atari 600 really is procedurally generated. You have it in like River Raid, and you have it in Pitfall. And what procedurally generation means is that it randomly does stuff. See, like this next bridge is random, but it's always the same random. I had to jump off that, right? If I wanted, that was like tricky jump. I made it tricky because I didn't go off the little ledges. But so procedurally generation is just random pieces to go together. And I'm just trying to get my skill here. We're talking about like skilling up. Okay, here's a bridge. This might be a tricky one. I remember this was tricky. No. There's one that's a double tricky one up here. But so we're doing a couple things here. One is we're like watching my skill. I'm gonna get wrecked a couple times. So you always want to stay on these bridge pieces if you can. Oh, looks like I beat the zone. That's cool. I have my water next to me, so it'll be the last. Like I said, we're gonna play Dragonfire after this one, which is funny because your guy dies in funny ways. You go jumping out, you hear a doink, and your guy goes running forward to the jump, right? And then you get with like fireball on the way past, your guy just his head goes backwards, but your character still goes forward, right? He's like, it looks funny. Oof. Yeah, so we'll have some fun in Dragonfire. Actually Dragonfire, the death animation of like making the guy look funny when he dies, right? That's like I looked out see if I was extra. I'm on novices on both of these. It's so funny that like I'm surprised no game's done it lately. A lot of these mobile games, they just go back to the Atari 2600 games, right? And they take the idea and then make it mobile. You know, it might even be worse. Like look at there was a game called Freeway. Or you run a chicken across the road. It's the old joke, why the chicken across the road, and it's like the doors to get to the other side, right? You know, if you know what that means. If you don't, you're too young to know it. Either way, it's an awful joke. And anyway, they always say it's the best joke ever. It's not. Death is not funny. I mean, making fun of death, yeah. Oh, made me jump early because they would have killed me. See, that's one of the tricks to bump a jump. You never want to get yourself into a jump just before a jump because then you die. So we're gonna come up. We're gonna have Dragonfire next, but right now we're just doing some Pog Jam bump and jump. And like I'm already feeling the Zen a little bit. I know I'm not Zen, but I feel it. This is such a casual game. It's not like it's hard, right? But it's not hard. The hard part's memorizing the jumps and what comes after what. And the thing is, you don't actually consciously memorize it. You just look at like probability. Oh, but I had to jump up. Oh, see, I jumped early and it got me. We were talking about that. So you did not see my head hang. I'm just gonna drive past it. You can always aim for these side ledges. Is one of the best things to do. I don't want to be on the side with the dump truck. Oh, it doesn't matter. It looks like I died a couple of times. You never want to be right behind the dump truck. You know, they spew diesel fuel. I'm just okay. Oof. Oh, I'm going too slow. Hopefully, oh, there we go. I go down one of these things. If you're too slow, they get achieve a jump. The only hope is to run, to drive. Jumping is like invulnerability. It's like this game's like cerebral because invulnerability is one of the most favorite things to do in games. Imagine if Raiden had it to like if you go fast enough down the screen, you can vaporize everything, right? That's actually kind of cool game mechanic if you think about it, right? On the shoot 'em ups, you go fly like playing some Gradius, playing some Life Force, and like there's no reason to go really fast unless that lets you go invulnerable occasionally, you know? That'd be cool. So you just reflexively jump. You think in case of anything, in case of danger, you just jump in this game. That's part of the fun. But you know, like there's times where you can't just jump. Watch out, I have to jump as soon. Okay, reflexively jump, right? It's like it's invulnerability, right? It's actually kind of cool. Okay, so we're tracing this across multiple genres. It's the same genre. This bump and jump is actually a cross of like what you'd see in Raiden or like 1943. You know, Phoenix, Space Invaders, Megalomania. Like it's oh my god. Like this is fun. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, my skill. I don't even worry about my skill right now. I'm worrying about the BS session. You know, you have to open up with the BS session. I'm here to the video game caretaker. I'm not here to play video games. Well, yeah, I am here to play video games. I'm here to the video game caretake and play video games, and I'm all out of lives. It looks like. So I guess I just caretake now. So we're having fun, man. Like they said, when I play League of Legends or something with the competitive scene, like I have to constantly be like talking with my allies and reacting to things. I can't get into like a Zen jam like these old games let you get into. Like this game is like almost meditation. This is right here. This is probably like the absolute. Oh, I reflexive jump. That was a flinch jump. That was well designed by the game makers because they know you're abusing your vulnerability now. Oh no, I'm in water. Might as well just jump now, and then you get yourself killed. It's flinch jump, right? So let's start over again. Let's start over. It's enjoyable. Looks like reset's not working here. Oh, you just have to hold it down a little bit. Okay, let's start out from the beginning. I don't remember this jump being so early. Oh, is it? Did I continue? What the? I don't remember continue being in this game. Either way, I'm just gonna play on for a little bit. I'm not a fan of continues. I like to start from the very beginning of every video game every single time, basically, just in order to like get good with my playthroughs. I was never big into speed running back in the day. I would just change the rules of what I'd play. Like I play Zelda, I'll be like, you don't get to use the sword in this game, you know, until Ganon level, or, yeah, Ganon. Try and beat it with one life without using the sword. That's freaking tough. Try and beat it with one life without using the sword till Ganon himself. Like the Wizrobes, dude, the Wizrobe, like level 8 Wizrobes on NES, when you don't have the sword, are so freaking tough. They have like magic resistance or something. Okay, so I'm gonna ride this. Okay, I flinched a little bit, but it was good because I knew where it was at. So that was like continue, right? It's safe where I was at. That's a really nice feature in the Atari 2600 game, because most of the Atari 2600 games just start you from the beginning. That's like, oof. I pulled back a little bit. Oh, 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 oh no! I flinched. I deserve to die. 2 for flinching. All right. Oh, dude, don't mind me. I'm just going 220 miles an hour. Just no big deal. Just 220 miles an hour. And there's a dump truck outrunning me. Oh shit! It's the 240 mile per hour dump truck. No wonder the game's so deadly. That might have been a flinch. Whew. Like in the future, people get paid by the mile, and the cops, and they defunded the police. So you're going 240 miles an hour next to dump trucks and skull and crossbones. It's death rate 2022. Oh god, man. Okay, that's a flinch jump. Flinch jumps are okay normally. See, you turn black. I flinch jump. You can almost always flinch jump in this game, right? It's part of the charm of bump and jump. Like, I'm really actually enjoying this game. This game has a real solid replay factor. Like, I was watching. I'm making Starfighter General right now. It's a MMO. It's a really big ambitious MMO, and I got it. I have it. I want to make it. I've done it. I've done stuff like this before. People think, oh, that's impossible. Like, it's possible. Lots of stuff has been done before. It takes. Oh, flinch. Whew. But, so I'm just putting it together. But I'm taking a break. You know, you have to take your breaks today. Normally I play League of Legends, but like I said, it's rigged. I have people that lose on purpose all the time. So they bring some hacks, and they, and they're friends, and they get friends on my team, and they lose on my team, and then they, lose on their team, and you know that's how it goes, man. And it's like, I've been number 1 in the world at every video game I play, basically. And then, like, this guy knows it. He says he's paid to lose on purpose, which is funny, because, like, who the heck would hate me, you know? I'm all about love. But there's people, I won't get in the groups. We don't have to get into, like, tribalism and who doesn't like me, and, like, whatever bogus reasons they have for, like, thinking hate's okay. But, like, I'm here because I say love's the way, man. I'm a Christian. I haven't always been a Christian. I haven't always knew God was real. In fact, I went to church without, like, against my will until I was about 11. Well, when I say against my will, it was really, I would like to go to church. Like, I know God's real, and I'm glad I got taken to church. You know, that was awesome. But, like, I didn't have a choice in it. When I was 11, I thought to myself, hey, as we were talking about in Sunday school for a while, would you serve God if you knew God was real? If you knew the Master of the Universe was real, would you serve Him? I'm not talking He-Man. Although there was a Heman guy in the Bible who like did some temple construction stuff, and that's probably where I get the idea for He-Man. But I pull back, I'm pulling forward. See, I pulled back. If I didn't pull back right there and just slow myself down, I would have fell into the water. Okay, there's a fast jump there. So if you serve God, would you do it? Right? And you look around Earth. You know, you're 11 years old. This is before, you know, interested in chickadoos and stuff. And you're like, hey, you know what? There's no point in life. So hey, why not serve God? Because it would at least bring point to life, right? That's kind of cool. But, like, you know, he's all about... how do I remember flinching there? But, like, there's more reason to serve God than just, you know, there's nothing else to do, right? I mean, he's all about love and stuff. And it's like, you watch Aladdin, right? You watch Aladdin, you know, it would be cool that, oh, there's my flinch, I'm going to die again. Hanging out with Robin Williams, you know, it's like, you know, it's cool. The genie has infinite power. God's just the same way, man. You can, he has infinite power, and he hangs out. And he's more loving than like freaking Robin Williams as a genie, right? And then a lot of that stuff's tangential, you know, that like, you know, you can do anything you want with God, you know, as long as He wills it. That's really powerful power. Everybody thinks you have to like, you have to always be selfless. You know, always have to be praying for those people in hospitals, and you should be. You should always be praying for people in hospitals. People can't get to hospitals. People that like are went to hospitals and are recovering at home, right? You don't want to like you always want to be praying for other people to do well, you know. Pray like good government for the people. I've been praying for like the government doesn't collapse for like freaking 5, 6, 7, 8 years. And now, what do we have out there now? They're trying to destroy it, you know. But anyway, let's not talk about politics. That's a bunch of BS. No one wants to be a politician. Even the people who are politicians don't wish they weren't politicians, you know. Wish I was doing something with my life that wasn't like bogus, you know, and trying to scam people for money, you know, bribes and all that stuff. But that's the lamer stuff. So going back, that's hateful stuff, and the stuff that's not hateful is arcades, right? We got arcades for like, I was, let's say, since like from 1980 to 95 when I was in the arcades. So basically I started Pac-Man Fever, and there was no hate, not once. 10,000 hours in the arcades alone. Probably played a couple 30,000, 40,000 Atari 600. Like I'd just jam out this 10 hours a day, man. That's what I did. I was training to be a pro gamer. And I was pretty successful. I never won the world every video game I played, except I didn't make the tournaments and stuff because of various reasons. You know, the first reason that like there was 1989 was the Nintendo World Championship. They said I had the highest score in Pittsburgh. Maybe the whole thing, non-turtle tip. You know, non-turtle tip, highest score. Everybody else was doing turtle tip because it was, yeah, dodge that. I did doing turtle tip because that's how you get the highest score. You abuse the system, you get a score. And everybody does turtle tip got like a top score, right? I did not, and I got the highest non-turtle tip score, they said. But I was training since 1981, 1981, 1982, 3, like pretty hardcore, like to go pro. And by the time I was like 96, when I was like, when I was about 12, I got really good. Like you get this little jump in cognitive when you go from like 9 to 12. You don't even know what happened, but your brain really develops, sort of like mine did. And I started seeing video games in a new way and stuff. But around 4 years old, I saw what the value of being in the center. Because then you can go to the left, you can go to the right. You have more places to dodge, right? If they get you knocked off the side, you're there. So you always want to establish the center. Establishing the centers are good for a lot of games, like chess. If you establish the center in chess, then like what happens is your ally is coming at you from 2 angles, right? Where all your guys are in one place, right? If all your forces are in one place and they're coming at you from 2 different prongs, with half the forces each, then you're gonna win. It's a general military tactic. It's called it's like a thing. I wish I had my another camera working so you could see me make hand motions. I'm Italian. Half the things I'm saying you can't even see because I talk with my hands. Right? So there's an old joke that says, how do you get an Italian to shut up? So he ties his hand behind his back, you know. There's nothing wrong with like making fun of stereotypes, you know. But it's like, well, like we live in a culture that's like hypocritical, right? They'll say like, hey, like don't be racist, and we're like, yeah, don't be racist. And the scene will be like, you know, the white European invaders and like people that are bad, and like, see, you said some racist shit there, right? But like, what I'm getting at is that's irrelevant. That's like a jab. I said no politics, but I kind of jabbed it, like, cause I think it's funny, man. Like, don't be racist, and they say racist shit right afterwards. Like, come on, CNN, what's your problem? And CNN got us into problems too, because I can tell you, explain why, where they got like let's not get politics. Politics is lame. But what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so like. I deserve to die a lot for like, you know, but like, what is it like? Oh, I'm gonna concentrate. Like cultural things, like you say, well, every culture is unique and different and diverse in its own way. But then you're like, well, you know, like Italian talks with hands. Oh, don't say that, you know, like or something like. Someone said you can't talk about it. You're all diverse, but just don't talk about it. We don't talk about these things. We just identify that every culture is diverse, and you can't talk about diverse cultures, you know, because that's racist. I don't know. I'm just making fun of like the society we're in, you know. No, it's like, I mean, like racism is terrible. I've been against hate my entire life. We preach about being against hate. Martin Luther King says, you know, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Hate cannot drive out hate. You know, we have to do love. Someone hates you, you have to love them back. They punch you in the face, slap you or something, and you slap them back, then like they're not gonna like you. What happens if they tripped? They just tripped and they slapped you. You weren't even noticing it. You were just casually walking your way, and it looked like some guy just randomly slapped you on the road, on the sidewalk, and then you slap him back. Then you're the only person doing hate there, you know. And then he can slap you back, and then hate is triggered. Now, if you were just like loving me, what did you just slapping me for? So, like, hey man, like you missed a high five or something, you know. Like, and then they'll be like, oh, okay, and it'll be funny, right? And you could have made a friend there, but instead you made an enemy. And then people carry guns now; they can shoot you, right? So you always want to be loving, you know. What's it like? I always say like even gangs, man. They feel. I tell people like gangs are bad. You know, gangster bad. You know, like rappers. That's great. You're doing rap. That's fun. That's great music. But that's a fantasy. You can't go out there and rob a bank every day and not get caught, right? You know, you can't rob a bank every day and not get caught. You know, that's a fantasy. It's like bad Leroy Jones. You know, he's like the baddest man in the whole damn town. You know, but like there's still someone going to stop him. You just can't get around there with a gun and think no one's going to stop you. And other people have guns, and you know that's. I don't know. I don't like the whole idea of it being a fantasy of a guy who wants to exploit his fellow man, who wants to poison and destroy his brothers. You know, that's a bad fantasy, right? That's a terrible fantasy. If he wants to be a gangster, that's terrible. But like some people are like, oh, you know what? In order to protect ourselves from the bad gangsters, we have to organize gangs ourselves. And yeah, I mean, it sounds good on paper and logic and stuff until you like really look at it. And we'll bring it back down to like the guy who tripped and like accidentally slapped someone. You know, let's say you're in the lunchroom, right? And there's two gangs at your school. One's the bad guy. One's the tough guy gang, and yours is the defensive gang. And both, you know, tough guy gang, but defensive gang. Neither one of you gangs are really bad. You're just hanging tough. You know, you're just chilling out. And then, you know, there's no real drug dealing ones in high school. I mean, they're really bad guys that like, you know, like skin you up and stuff. And there's just a tough guy gang, and there's there's a defensive gang. But then like you guys are kind of odds because it's a playful thing to be at odds. You know, who cares? You know, tough guy gang and the defensive gang. You know, you're being tough because you're tough, and we're being defensive because we're defensive, and it's like we stay out of each other's hair, right? But then like you're in lunchroom and like tough guy gang, just like the weasel guy, the little skinny rat guy, trips and throws all his food over. You're like your big thug, you know, on the defensive guy. And like they both saw it, and they're like laughing, like for real, you know. Like a thug's like, "Dude, you just tripped and he fell." And they're like, "Yeah, I mean, I didn't mean to do that." They was, "What's going on? He did it on purpose. He did it on purpose." No, I didn't. And he's like, "No, he didn't." And he's like, "We're gonna meet you after school." And then you know, guns are blaring. Like you got yourself in a defensive gang, but like then they pull you along, right? You know, you get over your head with stuff. You know, you gotta watch who you take bedfellows with, right? You don't want to be you don't want to like yourself there. So like even the defensive gang, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sold if those defensive gangs are good. I'm pretty sure they're not. You know, they just stay out of gangs, man. Stay out of trouble. And you pray, man. Like what is it? God's like one of the things that help you out. You know, like it's like 1,000 fall beside you, but if you're righteous, try to be good and loving everybody. If your life is there to help people, then you're good. Like it's like what JFK said. You know, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country, right? It's like it's different types of lifestyle. Do you want to get rich or die trying, or you just want to like help everybody along the way, and whatever comes your way, it's bonus. You know, life is a gift. You know, God gave it to us. So we go help other fellow man. Like there's some people out there they're born without like arms and stuff. You know, people are born, you know, like deaf. You know, oh, I gotta jump with my ear. I scratch my head. Scratching your face is like the death of games. There's people, you know, people born without intelligence and stuff. There's people that are born with intelligence just choose not to use it. You know, they're all disabilities we have. You know what I'm saying? So I just topped that guy. He burst. I like that. So like since there's people that have it tough, like well, if you can get by and you can work and help other people, right? I always want to be educating ourselves and working and helping people. I don't get these people who like want to check out and do substance and stuff and trying to find how can I have fun? How can I personally have fun? What'll make me have the most fun? And they think, well, I work at a gas station job and buy drugs. You know, maybe these drugs will make me feel good. And then after a while, they're not. You know, the drugs not making them feel good. But they're going to keep doing drugs because they get addicted. And they're like, well, this is worse, and I'm spending my money. And you know, I just like want free time now, but I'm addicted to drugs. You know, so you gotta watch out for that type of stuff out there in Lifeland. It's just rambling. So let's get back to it. So practicing, not very well apparently. We're talking about back in the original days of gaming, you had to there was no like power ups. Like you get extra lives in that, but you only get extra lives by skill. You have to kind of like watch your own progress, right? Like whoa, you got a double whammy. You gotta watch your own progress, right? And one of the ways to watch your progress is like your score. You can chart it over time, but it's not a chart. You know, you can chart. It was more zen when I could focus a little bit more. Okay. Oh, dude, I can lay back. Dude, I totally need like a food. One of those. Dude, I'm becoming a professional like lounge lizard right now, man. I'm already like aiming for my next like thing. talking. My mouth is getting dry. I'm gonna drive one-handed, dude. Don't do this. Oh, dude, I'm gonna. I'm gonna run and get a pillow of some sort. I don't want to lay on my well. I'm gonna blow with the well. No! Don't wreck me. I'm driving with no hands, guys. All right, here we go. Oh, I got a better backrest. We've upgraded our lounge living. All right, let's chill it out now. Oh, he almost knocked me off the road. Oh, this is not going to be good for laying back on, but we are there. Dude, this is good. Like, I'm going to slowly improve my house. I'm going to be like living like The Sims, you know. I have no water and stuff right now, but I have bump and jump. So, dude, if you could choose to live, okay, you have the choice. You could be a king of the 1600s, a beloved king, a king that everybody likes, and you're good. You're a good king. You help your people out, and everybody loves you. And you have running water somehow in your castle in the 1600s. Would you want to be a king of the 1600s, or would you want to be a guy in 2022 without water, playing bump and jump? I made my choice. I don't want to be that king of 1600s. This would be like, I'd be so bored. Do we have like at least Pong? When are we gonna invent like the electro circuitry board? What? It's not even like a Vectrex, you know. No arcade games. Space Invaders, Space War. How long? That's how I feel. I just drive my chariot right into a canyon like that, and that'd be the end of me. No, I'm just joking. Dude, I'm loving this, dude. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Another thing is when you play like video games with other people, man, like you have to like clarify their politics and stuff. Like some people get really highly political, and they use your platform as their platform, and you're like, just leave me alone, man. Like, cause like I'll tell you like the psychology thing they learned at CMU. This is about the 90s. There's a lot of psychology has been came out of Carnegie. Don't run the walls, people. A lot of psychology came out of Carnegie Mellon in the late 80s, mid 90s, related to the brain. You know, your brain is a lot like a computer. It runs on electricity. It sends out through electrical signals through wires. There's a limit in memory, and there's a limit in processing power. Right? Everybody has different processing power, and there's different ways you can actually actively wire your mind. I'll tell you that as a personal experience. You can think 2 thoughts at once if you really want to. It'll burn you out real fast, but it makes you good at StarCraft when you manage your base and your army. But in general, people have about, like, highly cognitive people have about 6 processes. Above average cognitive people have about 5. And I have 0. I just pound in the water. But like, you know, most people want to operate on one process. You know, you want to do one thing at a time. Some people get addicted to multitasking. They do many things at once badly. It all takes processes, okay? So right now, I'm going to tell you what my thought processes are. I'm talking to you. You know, I'm forming a story and talking to you. That generally takes about 2 processes, you know, 2 or 3 to be witty, you know. So I guess I'm using 1. I'm not very witty. But anyway, say I'm using 2 or 3 processes talking with you. Then on bump and jump right now, I have like 3 left, right? So one of them is like avoiding the walls. Another one's watching, I'm bumping for cars and pushing the button to jump, right? And the pushing the jump stops when that hits. That changes my process that I'm using to, you see, I couldn't even talk right there. Did you notice that how I zoned out and I wanted to talk? That's because I dropped my processes that I was bantering with to make sure I made those active jumps, okay? So Carnegie Mellon pioneered this, like, that you have thought processes and memory banks and algorithms that your brain uses, okay? And when you're a video gamer and when you're young, it's really important. It's important to like young people play video games to some degree, especially action games like this that like require you the reflex. I'm gonna die if I don't get to the corner, okay? Because your brain forms like tightly knit logic circuits. Your neurons, and they're building blocks of everything you do. Like staying in the middle is a building block of everything. For like military, for chess, for every video game, for lots of video, like you play Connect 4, it's good to be in the middle. Lots of games, it's good to be in the middle. And then like, obviously there's exceptions like Risk. You always want to be like in the corner, like Australia, getting your power thing. And then that's part of like growing up, you know, is they figuring out one strategy, when it won't not work with that, well, I won't use that strategy. I'll switch my logic circuits to another thing. And the way God made everything with analogies, you know, fishers and men and everything, there are your common logic circuits can be applied to many things. Like, say you have a business in carpentry, you know, buy I can, when I get good deals on wood, I still buy it, and then I can always use it later, you know. But like, so you apply that to, like, you know, maybe metals. You know, you start being a metalworker, you start buying stuff like when you can get, oh, it's just cheap product. I don't even have any plans of making stuff with that metal, but it's so cheap. You're like it's like 90% off. I'll make money on it eventually, some down the road. But then you go and like maybe get into a bakering, you know, and you're not thinking, you're like, oh, you know what, dough's really cheap today. I'm just gonna buy like a ton of dough, and then you're like, what did I just do? I can't make a ton of cookies in one day. This dough's gonna go bad, and you have to figure out some way to deal with it, right? But like the idea that like you would have general processes for different things, then you just look for the exceptions, you know. A lot of things apply to different things. Like a fisherman, say like if you're a fisherman, you hook the fish, right? You got there and you put the bait out. Fish come to the bait, and then when the fish bite it, you poke them in. Like a fisherman that Jesus wants people to do. He wants you to, like, you know, put something out there, you know, something. Like, I like to make friends with people, you know, just go out there and make friends with people. And when, like, if they like friends, why you all nice and top? Why you always buy me stuff? Why you always like build me stuff? Why you always like mow my lawn? Why you always wash my dishes? Why you come over here and just do stuff for me all the time? And I'd be like, cause like Jesus is a servant of all. You're just supposed to help people. And then when you help people and they have extra spare time, they have more time to hang out with you, right? You know, they have more time to hang out with you, and they have more time to talk about stuff like the spiritual matters and stuff. So I say, like, love's the way, man. And there's a lot of people, these tyrants, these people want to like blow up the world and smash me off the road, freaking green car. What's your problem? You know, like they have a problem. You know, he doesn't know how to drive. Pretty sure he was the one that doesn't drive. I know how to drive. You know, I just jumped over a freaking bridge. You know, the people who know how to drive are the people who jump over bridges, man. You just look at that guy, freaking Dukes of Hazzard right there. No, but I'm saying, like, you know, people need to know love's the way, man. It's really important. Even Carl Sagan, famed atheist, he's like, we still gotta love, man. We still have to love. You don't have to believe in like the spirit realm to know you have to love, right? There's lots of wars have started just because like two nations started hating each other. Might have started with like a scuffle in the park, and then, like, you know, and those people don't like each other, and then, like, you know, they start ambassadors, and then maybe a little bit of like nationalism hate starts breeding, and then nationalism hate breeds up past local level, and boom, wars, man. One person striking a person on the nose, gets struck back. It's a fire. It burns. Fires of there's a fire of love and there's a fire of hate. You stoke one and quench the other. Hate leads to harm, love leads to pleasure. So you always want to be stoking the fires of love, you know. It feels good to be doing this now, because I've had so many streams where like the politics have gotten very hateful, right? Like, and you start streaming with people who like don't like the way the world's going and how America's going, and they don't think like video gaming and friendships the way. They have to start like just pushing. And it's like I have to like clarify for my guys that stream with me is really terrible. Like a couple of them that are the ones that were like kind of hating became oppositional. Like there's only one, but like I won't get into it. But like the idea is like if I'm streaming by myself, I don't have to clarify what everybody else is saying in my stream. And that saves about like 5 thought processes. Because like once I go into damage control, like he means this, he doesn't mean that. He's clarifying this word and this word. He's using an edge case word just to be edgy. He's not trying to like you know. It's like when I have to like use my stream to like clean up for someone else's like constant like mistakes. It's not fun to play video games, right? It's just not fun to play video games. That's why I'm not playing League of Legends right now. I'm getting back and doing video game caretaking. And this has to be done sometime in my life. I've played more video games than anybody's ever lived, so I have to, I should be walking you through it all. And I think we're having a good time. We've had like a non-stop talking. How long has this been going on for? I don't even know. Like probably at least 20 minutes, you know, I don't know. And it's a good jam. And like I said, I'm training myself up. We'll go back to that fundamental, I bumped into the water. What kind of hitbox was that, man? That should have been a gimme. Okay, I had to screw up with one hand. Oh. Okay. I can't even remember what I was talking about. Like, see, what happens is there's a thought process to actively like store a memory bit in your head. Because like there's some people who like the way their processes work, instead of doing to-do lists, they just keep cycling in the brain. Got to pick up my kid. Gotta pick up my kid at school, and then I gotta buy lunch, and then I have to get presents. Pick up my kid, lunch, presents. Pick up my kid, lunch, presents, and that all day long. That's all I think about. They cycle it. You can make a to-do list, man. You don't fill up your head with processes. Someone once asked Einstein, "Hey Einstein, how many feet are in a mile?" It's like, I don't know. It's like, I thought you were Einstein, dude. You don't even know how many feet in a mile? It's like 56,000. I mean, 6,600. Yeah, there's 56,000 million feet in a mile. It's like, that was satisfying for some reason. I hit that guy hit that guy. It's like, yeah. I'm like, screw that guy. That guy's like, screw that guy. It felt like we were on the same page, and then I took out my ally. But, Einstein didn't know how many feet were in a mile, right? He says, I don't want to cloud my mind with, like, useless facts. Meanwhile, I'm really listening to rock music and cloud my mind with a million different lyrics that, like, no reason to remember it other than I've been a rock concert. Like, when you're a rock concert, people start singing the songs alongside, you're like, dang, I wish I knew the lyrics. Dang, I wish I knew how to drive. I didn't drive in the corners. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, you start listening to lyrics, but it's probably better not to cloud your brain with that, because when you get older, there's only so many neurons in your brain, and half of them are taken up with rat music, or like Motley Crue. Good game, man. You used all your neurons, You don't want to learn anything else. You want to just sit around and play some Atari 600, jam out, try and get your Zen mode going on. So we have not entered Zen mode anywhere. We're flirting with it. Like you say, you hear how much pleasure I'm having because I don't have to like take up like a bunch of thought processes like covering for someone else's mistakes. That's part of the jam of playing single player games, man. The music is indicative of, like, say, like Frogger or Mr. Do or not maybe Mappy. The original art video games, Carnival. They had music that was like just like Yankee Doodle Went to Town and Dixie and stuff like that. They didn't have the complex music that you'd have, like, say, a Mega Man. Like, the first Mega Man was like a freaking art piece, man. So as we close it into, like, Nintendo games, I want to explain to yourself, you went from this game to Mega Man. Think about that. Even the music is soothing, though, if you listen to it. There's really no, like, no grating tunes. Let's listen to it a little bit. There's alarms going off, but they're not like piercing alarms. It's not like your fire alarm going off. It's all chill. So like this game's like a meditative game. Like right now, like if I had something to lean back into, I'd be in full meditative state right now. Even though I'm playing like trash. Like I guess you don't have to even be good to get the meditative state. This game's just like medicine. This is probably the best Atari 600 game there is. And I'm not even lying. There's like really no comparison to this game to any other game Atari 600 has. Cause like, I mean, Enduro is good though. Enduro is good, I guess, but Enduro doesn't. You're just constantly going back and forth. And this one, at least you're getting the endorphin rush of a Raiden Ultimate every couple seconds, right? When you OP is fun when you're playing single player. When you're playing single player, OP is fun. Multiplayer, if OP is in there, everybody's gonna use the OP thing. And then once everybody's used OP, it's not OP anymore. It's just called mono game, right? Command & Conquer 3 suffered from that. Electronic Arts makes games post money swamping of EA Sports franchise. Once they become greedy, they just put like good graphic games out. They don't actually try to make a fun game. They just put like good games out. They don't put good games. They just put great graphics that have nothing in it. So Command & Conquer 3, I got like top 50 in the world. I could have got number 1 easy. But like it was all medium tanks. I'm like, this game's so bad. It's so bad. I don't even want to be number 1 in the world of this one. It's just all you do is strip mine and make medium tanks. But we'll talk about Command & Conquer 3. We'll talk about Command & Conquer series because like I said, I've been number 1 in the world at StarCraft, and I'll show you how I got number 1 in the world at StarCraft. Before StarCraft, before Command & Conquer, there was Dune 2. Dune 2 was for like the 486, and was such a good game. It was an RTS without opposing players. It was just RTS versus bots. It was so good, So good. You should play Dune 2 now. It has storyline. Uh, if you don't like to play RTS because the because it's hard to like multiplayer with everybody knowing their stuff. Pick up Dune 2. You will not be disappointed. Pretty sure it's on the archive machines. The archive. You can probably Google Dune 2 and find one of the archive sites, DOS archives, and play it for free. You'll enjoy yourself. It's a very good game. But when I was playing it, I noticed that sometimes you want to be fighting a battle while managing your base. Not often, because like you just end up buying like 30,000 like missile turrets, the anti-tank missile turrets, right? And they fire rockets. And you buy like the 30 of them, and like one guy will walk up and attack your base. He'll walk up a couple of steps, and you'll fire like 60 missiles at one guy, and he'll turn and take a step in the direction. Blood splatter. You get hit with 60 missiles. It's one of the funniest things in Dune 2. Like, I chose wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked a missile base. It's like the most overkill thing ever. Like, it's one man. He fired like 60 missiles at him. Like, what the? No. It's like there's somewhere out there that happened in Warzone. Like, there's one guy coming up. Hey man, like what's going on? I'm the scout. I'm checking out the other corner, and he walks into like freaking like a barrage of like 30 Hellfire missiles with like a laser pointer. And you're like, oh god. like I'm not even gonna like lie. Everybody's gonna die sometime. If you die, like get hit with like 30 like 200 rockets at once, you're like, well, that's one way to go, But anyway, it's Dune 2, man. It's funny, man. It's a very fun game. It's super. Before tower defense, you're playing tower defense, right? So, but like you could play it like active. You could play it active too, where you walk around with actively with your army, build at the same time. And like, you know what? I think the future of multiplayer game is gonna be like RTS. I didn't know God was real then, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna train this, and I thought to myself, how do I think two thoughts at once? Okay, so it's really tough to do. You have to I don't want to explain. I don't even want you to do it, man, because what happens is it ruins you. But you can train yourself by thinking constantly, my base is there, and I'm doing this, and you're trying to multitask two things at once and putting your memory in two different sections. You compartmentalize your thoughts, and you do multitasking with this compartmentalized memory. You can train yourself to do this. It's a bad habit though, like speed reading. If you train yourself to speed reading, sure, you'll skim. You'll be able to read technical documents. Good, it's good for technical people. But when you get down to it, man, it's not recording. I'll have to download off the thing. Excuse me. I died. So the speed reading will let you like speed read. I'm gonna start recording just in case of catastrophic failure with YouTube. Sometimes I have to keep my own archives, right? Let's just say I don't imagine living back then. Oh, you know what? That's cool. People hanging out with me. You ever play Nes Tetris? They hold the. Oh yeah, I played Nes Tetris. I played both the Tengen Tetris and the Nes Tetris. We can play it later. I have it sitting by the machine right next to me. Sorry, I didn't see my chat up. That's cool. There's some guy chatting on there. But I was really good at Tetris. I can get to like level like 19 or like 13 or something. I think once you get to like level 13, 14, it gets you're unable to like push the piece to the whole other side of the screen. You get to level 19. Yeah, we get to level 19. But you actually can if you do double tap it. So I may have to try Tetris, see if I can get to level 30s and stuff, like these other people can. That's good. That's a good idea, man. We'll get to Tetris someday. Man, so what happens in the 80s? We'll tell you something about the 80s. This guy, dude, I love when a chatter comes on my stream and is not flaming me. So I have a lot of flamers that come on my stream, especially the guys paid to like insult me, right? He said, I'm going to insult you all the time. These people paid me to do it, and he does. He's freaking everywhere on all the social medias, slandering and all this stuff, and it's like, it's just weird that we live in a society with that much hate, especially since I'm saying, like, there was no hate in arcades at all, 15,000 hours, 10,000 hours over 15 years, no hate. I have a friend, 10,000 hours, 15 years, no hate, right? But I'll tell you about the 80s, okay? Now, let's say I get bored of Bump and Jump, right? Let's say I get bored of this game. I'm not going to get bored of this game. I'm like, it'll take me about a week or two before I get bored of this, I'm pretty sure. Like, this, right now, like, my brain is in such a good place. I can feel it. My brain's saying, It's like Zen. This is meditation to me. There's no other game like this. You play the game and it's meditation. This is like the perfect game. This is like not just for Atari 600. This is like one of the most perfect games ever designed. And we explained earlier, maybe because you got the raid invulnerability on a non-stop timer, but you have to see how you land. But so let's explain the 80s. Okay, you get bored of bump and jump. You're like, what am I gonna do? Well, I have Pac-Man. Pac-Man sucks. You know, you only have so many games, right? You go on Valve. You have so many games you can't play them all. It's like the opposite problem. You have a better problem today than we had back then because, like, dude, I'm not lying right now. I think I'm getting better meditation now than like freaking like Buddhist monks or like freaking Judas priests or freaking like Shaolin monks. I like or Trappist monks going. Like right now, this is meditation. This is the meditation game right now. Oh my god, I got the Zen mode. I told you I was gonna get it. I have it now. Thanks, guy that was being friendly on stream. Help me get there. So, I think I'm playing. I don't think I'm playing good, but I'm gonna. So I. Okay. Oh yeah, you pull back a little bit. Yeah, I forgot about that. You pull back a little bit. You don't always have to be at the full speed to go okay, right? Okay. You don't have to hit those jumps at full speed. Oh, okay. See, I was there. I was able to scratch my back and play. So oh, dude, I'm not going full speed. That's actually okay. That's actually cool. So oh, there we go. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna get a run and get a run. Oh, and then what happens? You get a run and you get pulled to the side. See, you see, I got trapped in the side there by the cars. Okay, by not going full speed, you can manage when you're gonna make your get go, right? So when the starts going like flashing on you, you want to get going, okay? But you want to make sure you know it's a good situation. Okay, dude, dude, we have oof. Then what you go too slow, the dump truck can drop you off. Okay, now I'm gonna get fast. I'm trying to get some speed going. Yeah, wow. Oh my god, dude, you have no idea right now. Like right now. We've entered Zen. And like, see, like, I'm playing a game that, like, I'm actually pretty technically competent. Like, this is... Trust me, I've driven over bridges before. I'm competent. Trust me on this one. Look, I'm totally competent. Dude, you just drove 2 cars into the water. We revoke your competency license. And you owe me, like, $100,000 for this Ferrari with wobbly wheels. I'm competent. Incompetent? Yeah, Jim. Oh god, no, stop it. I need to like hit the highlight button, but I don't want to do it. What time is it? I don't know. Dude. I'm gonna let myself rock. I don't think it's the restroom, and like I want to see what time it is because like that was like a stream of jokes. I need to highlight that time. That was just hilarious. Trust me, I finally got this. I'm competent, and then smash right into the water, and smash into the water, and then. All right, what time are we looking at? This looks like 47 minutes. Wow. Oh, dude, we're gonna stream so much. We're gonna stream up so much YouTube right now. It's ridiculous. We're gonna be doing so much Atari 600. It's ridiculous. My brain's in a really good place. This is how you relieve stress. When I play League of Legends, people disagree with me. They're like, "Hey, do this, do this, do that." I'm like, dude, I'm #1 world in a bunch of games. Wow. Sorry, it takes me off, dude. It's like people like argue. Like I don't want to argue. All right. Okay, so like I said, modern video games, the people fall into like the hate and arguing real easy, especially when it comes to like what to do in the game. Like, oh, I know what's best. I know what's best. It's like, dude, like I train people to become #1 national champions that were like not even like they're below average players. You know, you think the people who would like say, if he's a guy who knows I've been #1 in the world of games, you think he would like for a moment trust me. But he doesn't. So he argues with me, and he actually does the opposite of what I tell him to do, just to spite me. He's on my own team, man. Like, it's like that type of attitude, that type of like being a jerk to your and then lying about it. Like, he's a nice guy, right? He tells white lies. He doesn't want to outwardly come out and tell me like he's doing the opposite thing. Just, but like he's going through some issues, so I don't want to give him too much hassle. I just I can't take that, you know. Let me go play a single player video games. and chill out, dude. I'm having so much chill, dude. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get myself a back right now. I wish you could see me walking around my room and stuff right now. I gotta get some sort of backing. Ooh, chair back? No. Ooh. Maybe like one of those comfort pillow backs. I have two of my pillows at my mom's house, and my mom's like not being jazzy Jeff right now. So I got a big pillow. I got my one big pillow, and I guess that's what I'm gonna have to suffer with. Just one big pillow. I got them all. She was gonna help me put my pillows together, like my other pillows. And like I have couch pillows, and we're gonna like refabric them. I bought her some fabric, so we can, just because like I don't know if she's trying to be nice. And okay, so here we go. There's fabric. There's that. Put this here. Like as a physicist, one of the best things you learn about in physics is how to arrange stuff. You know, between physics and UPS, I can arrange like a makeshift futon really good, dude. If you even knew what I had right here. Oh my God, that feels so good on the back. Oh, I don't want to reach up to the. I'm just gonna sit here for a while, and I'll hit the reset button. All right, we're gonna hit it. Okay, I'm gonna try not to die, so I can just, dude. Praise Jesus, man. I feel really good finally for once. I've had stress issues for a good solid year and a half. Whew. All right. Well, that guy took him out. Oh, took him out. All right. Now my neck is not perfectly supported, but like we'll take this. We'll take this. I wish there was not a dump truck in front of my face. I'll put this up a little bit. Oh, dude, that was unfair. Heinous. Okay, this is good enough for like I'm doing the gangsta lean right now. Gangsta lean with the yeah, I got good enough reflexes gangsta lean. I feel like I'm in the gangster love right now because I'm on a big futon, like a big 4 foot by 3 foot futon that I refurnished myself by putting some bronze fabric that's soft and some pattern black fabric that's soft. It's like some sort you think you might be seeing like Armenian, Greco, or like a Roman type of like chamber. It's actually pretty ballin', this couch I have right here. And with a pillow and a thing on. Oh, dude, this is the best. Wish you could see it right now. But I'm super like gangster loving it right now. Anyway, so let's get back to the bump and jump and the topics, the main topics at hand we had today. We're talking about skilling up. Back in the day, you wouldn't be able to see. I never picked up like any wheel spikes. I don't got any machine gun bullets. I'm not upgrading my car. I can't upgrade my engine. Can't upgrade my armor. Can't upgrade my boot, my jump height. There's no permanent progression. I don't have a level. I don't have experience. The only thing I can level up is my skill. And it's a beautiful thing, actually. We'll get to it. And the only way you can tell is by charting it. It's much like when you go play football or baseball. You can only tell your skill if you can really focus on it. And like football, you can tell your skill because you catch the ball all the time. Catch the ball, football. Hockey, you got the puck on your thing, and you're making good shots. But baseball is like even more mind screwery because you can play the best game of baseball ever, and you have bad luck swinging the bat at the ball, right? And what happens is it's all probabilities. So swing your bat in this area, that area, that area, this area, that area. It's probabilities, and as you try and skill yourself up and get better, sometimes you think maybe I played bad. You actually played good. And you change up how you play, and you made yourself worse. Baseball is a big mind screw. It's a huge mind screw of a game, especially when you're young. But I guess when you're young, you can still hit some of those lobbers and you can crack them. But I did not enjoy. We were undefeated one year in baseball, Little League. That's nothing to brag about. But I didn't know what I was doing. I could run fast. That's all I could do. I was one of the fastest runners in my school because I grew up on a farm. When you grow up on a farm, you have a lot of place to play in the jungle, yeah, in the woods, man. That's the best, man. You're safe in the woods. You might think, well, I'm in the woods. There could be bears and stuff here, but the woods is a lot better than actually the concrete jungle where there's other people. Give you problems. Some people just want to exploit their fellow man, and the more you are into the city, the less social connections there are. The more people, less social knowledge of each person, because there's too many people to keep track of. You only have so many neurons. We talked about that limited memory. You overwhelmed with all the people around you, and what happens is some people just scam each other because they figure, well, no one knows anybody. Anyway, I don't abuse the fact that like common decent folk wouldn't scam people, and then I get away with more stuff, right? So, I enjoyed growing up in the rural area. I lived on a hill. We had good water. We had better water before city water rolled around. The water tasted better. Telling you some stuff about the 80s. Like I said, it's boring, right? We're on the cusp between like playing games at home. We had some board games. We played like Hero Quest and Dungeons and Dragons. Read some books, but it was basically boring, and you had to invent your own stuff. It promotes you to be like a game designer, game developer, because you get bored and you end up with to entertain yourself, right? So might as well make your own games. And I did a pretty good job. A lot of games I made, they said this is the best game I ever played. Better than commercial games, right? So I got to get some games out and stuff. Starfighter General is going to have a patch tomorrow where you get attacked by anime people, and they tell you their backstory. It's just a Mad Lib, you put some nouns, verbs here. I was born in a village, and it burnt down by X dragons, fairies, griffins, and I had to defend my sister, and I lost my arm doing it due to like a laser bite. Like whatever. It's just random sentences. And it looks funny because like the anime guy shows up. It's a random AI art of an anime guy, and then he tells his backstory, and you're like, I don't care about your backstory. I'm tired of generic anime boys attacking me, right? And giving me a backstory. So it's a trope in the game. We're adding that tomorrow. The generic anime boy. There's gonna be generic anime girls too. And so like I said, I make good video games, and it's gonna be fun to add that tomorrow. But right now, I'm so pog jamming right now, dude. I could fall asleep like while I'm playing video games. But I need to rest here soon. This lowers your brain works on a rhythm, and when you see this music is not really fast, like all fired up by Pat Benatar. It's not fast like Crazy Train or Over the Mountain. It's like, dude, it's almost like a lullaby. The brain works at the beat at which the music plays at. So if you go at a fast beat of music, it's hard to fall asleep. Fall asleep after a rock concert. Easy to fall asleep after a lullaby. That's why there's this man on a hippie guy on YouTube did a TED talk how he used to like teach you how to do bongo drums really slowly so they could like get the rhythm down. But since they were bonging it really slowly, everybody was falling asleep because the rhythm that you listen to is the pace at which your brain's internal clock goes. We're just talking about Carnegie Mellon and processes, and maybe that's why I'm so zen. The music's slow, but not so slow. Like it's the right type of slow. Too slow and I wouldn't be reflexes. Too fast and I get too hype. This is just the right. The music. We're just talking about the music. So anyway, your brain goes to the beats of the music. The beats of the music. No, I flinched. So your brain goes to the beats of the music. So if you want to sleep, you want to slow your beats down. So I think there's a hippie guy invented brain tapping. You just tap your legs. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I slow myself down too much. Dude, I'm gonna fall asleep. Because we just slow my brain down. I'm not even joking. That's how you do it. So that's a secret. If you want to party hard, play some slow music. Basically, you're lullabying yourself to sleep. Tappa, tappa, tappa. Brain tapping, man. Just look up on YouTube after this. Brain tapping TED Talk, man. It works, dude. It helps people with insomnia and stuff. Oh, dude, this is gonna be good for this is gonna be good for my health, dude. You get good sleep. You get good testosterone. What time is it? I gotta work at like midnight with my guy in California, help him get a game out. Oh man. Well, I guess we don't do Dragonfire right now because I'm gonna sleep. No one ever ruin a really good dude. Right now. You have no idea how good I would feel to fall asleep right now. But I can include this Atari 2600. The video game Caretaker has knocked himself out. and also discovered why Bump and Jump is a pog jam by modern science of the brain chemistry and how things work. I slowed my brain down. Uses just the right amount of processes. Doesn't take much memory. You have to remember like where the land and stuff. And, oh my god. Bump and Jump is the best game ever for Target Center. Put you to sleep. It's such a fun game, you go fall asleep. And with that, we close the video game Caretaker. This is the GOAT, CrazyJim. #1 StarCraft, all races. Top 5 player said I never want to play again. #2 player says no one ever beats me. I'm like, yeah, because you're #2 player. Of course no one ever beat you before. But you're like a junior high schooler, right? I'm like the Jordan. It's like, that's not right. I can't beat you. You must be cheating. Then he went over the Korean one for 3 years. Then I was #1 on the road at Diablo 2 Hardcore Experience. 3 different characters. That's right. Got to the top of the ladder. Best hardcore experience on 3 characters. And that was through the monitor out the window when I tried to like melee, Hephaestus the armorer, when his curse extra strong. Anybody plays Diablo 2 says Necromancer should not be anywhere near a boss, let alone the hardest hitting boss. Let alone the hardest hitting boss with amplified multiplicate damage twice. Like he one tap anybody. Like, it was so stupid. I did throw the monitor out, and eventually, like 20 years later, my buddy wanted the monitor. So it was good. You know, this kid got it from me. So it helps the people out. #1 road StarCraft, #1 road Diablo 2, #1 road Star Warcraft 3. You see that with crystalfighter.com/a.html. At all races. I played random, so I didn't get bored. Got 1,500 wins. #1 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4. We were 200-0 in 3v3. You understand what 200-0 means? It means no one in the world could beat you ever. The best player in the world. It's like playing the second best player in the world, like maybe like 50 games in a row. He can never beat you. You know, we'll play a best of 50. I'll spot you 49. I'll play a best of 100. I'll spot you 49 wins, and then you take him out, right? You know, that's where Warcraft 3 record was at. Because like, you know, you can't consider the whole 200 because some of those were low elo people, but you start getting you're always playing against the best people, right? So #1 on the road at Warcraft 3. It's funny, I asked the one guy that I beat and intimidated in StarCraft. He's a top 5 player, Kane the Feared, Patrick Chapelski. He's a really good guy, good friend of mine. I've talked to him since the Warcraft 3 days, but I'm like, hey, you want to play on my team? He's like, Jim, do you remember you psychologically destroyed me at StarCraft? I'm like, yeah, but you're like a top 5 player, dude. You're like top 5 in the world. That's huge. He's like, but Jim, you don't understand. You're not even like human. You're like so good. That's not right. And now I know it's because I've God on my side. But like I said, just play on my side. He's like, oh, I can do that. You know, and then I picked up some other guy. I can just see skill when I play it. So I picked this random guy in the middle of the ladder when there was no ladder. Well, it wasn't even with ladder. It was just like matching it. Kind of like, you know your stuff, dude. You go to heaven, guys, and you want to see like craziest duel ever. Ask to see CrazyJim versus Crazy Assassin. He wasn't called Crazy Assassin back then. I just got him to change his name, so we had all crazy people, you know, in our team. So #1 the road StarCraft, all races. I was #1 the road ladder Terran, road ladder Protoss, and that was just #1 the road Zerg. I just didn't like to play it though, because like play there's a good Terran or Protoss, you're constantly losing your bases and getting destroyed while you're nonstop building bases. Not that fun to play. So StarCraft all races, Warcraft all races, Diablo 2, 3 different characters. Command & Conquer 3, I could have been #1 the road. I stopped at 50 intentionally. I didn't want to be #1 the road with that dumb game. Electronic Arts makes sucky games anymore. They used to make good games in the 80s. You know, we're talking about the 80s stuff. They used to make good games in the 80s. Then I was #1 the road at StarCraft 2 2v2. I wasn't even trying. We rocketed the top 50 road in a month. I wasn't even an active player at StarCraft. We rocketed into a month, right? And we could have got #1. He just wanted to go help his family at Tesla. And I have all these other achievements. Check it out, crystalfighter.com/a, the letter a.html. crystalfighter.com/a.html. And I'll catch you guys later. Concluded this a little hard, so I lost my pog jam sleep, but it's still a little bit sleepy in me. So catch you guys, and you know, we'll play some more video game Caretaker, and we'll learn a lot of stuff. I'm sorry we didn't get the Dragonfire right now. I don't want to lose my mojo, my sleep mojo right now. We didn't get to test the joysticks, but we did achieve Zen. We didn't just achieve Zen. We understood what brought us to Zen meditation, which enables me as a game designer to make a Zen meditation game, where it's an action game, but at the same time it puts you lullaby to sleep. I should write that down because that's now on my list of things to do. People don't understand how good Bump and Jump is. You do not understand how good Bump and Jump is. You should acquire this game. It has a white. I'll pull it out. You get to watch this good static screen for a little bit. I'll show you what it looks like. It was made in what year? 1983. I have old man eyes. In Singapore. It was made in 1983 in Singapore. Right here. Let's see if you can see here. It's one of these cartridges. See, it's like it doesn't give you much to do with because I don't have much light here. Well, I got my flashlight on my phone. Sometimes you need to bring a light with you. Good thing these phones have it, you know. I want to show you what the cartridge looks like. You definitely want to obtain yourself a Bump and Jump cartridge before everybody starts to get, wow, this is the premier cartridge to get. This is what Bump and Jump look like. It's a triangular cartridge. Dude, that background looks cool when you do this. Take a flight. Sorry, just the background looks like kind of spacious, you know. But it's Bump and Jump, man. And it's made by Singapore, 1992. Dude, that's a balling company. Data East, dude. Data East made like, what is it, like the Bad Dudes? Yeah, Data East, freaking 1982 Data East, 1983 Singapore. No wonder it's a good game. Data East is a balling company. It's one of the best companies ever. This is like I said. I will not like lie to you. Bump and Jump is where it's at. That's the game of games for Atari 600. People will argue there's lots of good games for Atari 600, but you'll get bored. You will not get bored of Bump and Jump. You can play Bump and Jump all the time, pass out. You know, it's like I want to post it on Facebook. The guy that gave me the thing, so you can do what I'm talking about. This is no joke. We'll do video game caretaking. We're going to talk you through game design elements. I wanted to write a note to myself to start making meditative, brain-friendly games. So this one uses about 3 processes in your brain, like we said, for side swiping. It has an OP move where it's like the Raiden invulnerability move is a jump. Meditative game. The soundtrack is mellow beats. So we just invented the meditative genre of video games has been sadly not explored very much. You know what I'm saying? But this, you know what? I'm getting hyped. Let's do Dragonfire. This is one of the funniest ass games ever. And I hesitate to use curse words, but like, when you see this. Dude, okay, I got my second win, dude. Oh, dude, I'm so happy right now, dude. This is Atari 600 at its best. Okay, like you gotta understand, there's Atari 600 that's not good at all. You know, you start playing like some of these other games. Like, I mean, I enjoyed E.T. more than a lot of these like movie games that come out now. But like, there's some you can get yourself an Atari 600 funk. You get the wrong jams, you hit them in the wrong time. It's like this is boring, and you're getting like boring from the same angle. It's like, but this is Dragonfire. It turned on. So now I'm making these turn on. Wait, watch this. This is funny. We're gonna die. Okay. All right. Wait, my guy's not working. Is he using the other controller? Oh, here we go. Watch this. I'm gonna hit directly. Watch. I'm gonna hit directly. Doink. Oh, it didn't work. I have to jump. I want to do the jump one. You see, like my guy dies midair. Boink. I thought it was funnier before. Dude, he's like, yay. It looks like he's like the Fonzie. Oh, dude, he died right there. Hey. I got this. No problem. You're like, oh, dude, this is a good game actually. Let's take it serious this time. But it's like, woo! He's like moving like this the way this guy's doing. He looks like he has. I have it all together, man. It's like the way this guy's moving. Like I knew it was comedical when I did it. Like, he's like, dude, I'm running. Like the way he's running, like he's like, dude, I got my hoodie and I'm gonna like just raid this dragon place and poof. And then like he's like, don't worry, I have it. And like when he puts his hands out, like, you know, he's putting his hands out, like he's like doing like he's like Johnny Cage putting his hand like a gun, like boom, I want to take that dragon out. I got you under my sights. You know, he's too overconfident. Oh my god, this game's fun. I'm getting greedy. I'm getting greedy. Let's not get greedy. Let's do it right. Oh, it was a hider. You can hide there. Ooh, cool. Dude, I can jump on my knees. Oh, oof. Dude. I'm starting to feel like I want to try the other controllers now. I get some like jam. Ooh, ooh. Oh man. Oh dude. Don't do that to me. Come on, dude. What? That's not, dude. You're. All right, that guy just ate me. I did that on purpose a little bit. I did it on purpose because that guy deserved it. But okay, so we're gonna try these other controllers real fast. Let's see what we got here. I want to actually get a real controller. Like there's this joystick controller here, and I want to see if I got an old Premier 80s or do I just have these like wannabe my borrowed off my cut. Gives me my machine. There we go. There it is. There it is. I gotta wipe it off. We're doing video game. I'm not just a video game cartologist or what would I call it? Caretaker. I'm a video game like freaking like archaeologist. We have to now clean this off. We have to dust it off with our Indiana Jones, Walmart paper towel. Let's see. This is one of the old machines. And I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. This is of vital importance that I don't like break this controller right off the bat, or this controller works a little bit right off the bat, because I need to be able to tell what the old controllers feel like. And it might be like some stiffness, because plastic does lose form over like 30 years, but it'll give me a general consensus if these controllers are any good at all. I might actually have to make my own controllers by hand. That's what we're gonna go to, because it's all like just 9-volt stuff. You put a 9-volt battery into if you hit a 9-volt battery and paper clips, you can play Atari 600 games, because it takes a 5-volt. And I was trying to make robots at a certain point, and I was like, well, I can use a Atari 600 controller to control the robot left and right. This would be for drones around. And like I was trying to make my own drones and stuff, because I figured if I could make a drone, then I can make all sorts of cool stuff, But like stuff they could like an automatic gardener or automatic lawnmower or something. I think that was an automatic lawnmower kick at that point. Like it's just amateur stuff, and I got stuck on like not being able to use a servo motor with a. You'd think you have electronics and you have 5-volt here and no volt there. You could like control something. No. It's not that easy. We're just wiping off the my joystick right now. And so dip in some water. I don't have water this place, but I do have like 18-gallon tugs. Stuff you store clothes and stuff. If you empty them and clean them out, they're good for storing water for washing your hands. They really are. And you keep like a couple of gallon jugs for potable water. It's actually not a hard life to live without water, as long as there's water around you. It's like not like it's World War III. Everything got bombed, and I'm living in here like trying to find water that isn't radiated or something. It's not that hard a life. It's just pick up water every so often. If it's so hard life that I'm playing Atari 600, man. I don't know. It's a hard life to play video games. Not. Don't get me wrong. It was a hard year and a half. Probably the hardest year and a half. Didn't have a terminal thing or disability would have, because I had to fight through diabetes. I had issues. I had to fight through family issues, which I still have going on now a little bit. My grandma passed away. I got kicked out of my house with a shotgun. Foot pain from neuropathy. The gout. Had foot pain from like just bad things. I had to move my stuff like 12 times. It had relationships go sour. People helped me with video games, turned into people who harassed me. And like that's like the beginning. And then I run on money. You have malnutrition. I mean, like I'm not trying to pour mouth or anything, but I've had an incredibly crazy year and a half. I tell you, 2 days of what I think your BS meter will be broken. 2 days to break your BS meter. Like that can't possibly happen. It happened every 2 days, nonstop, for a year. It's almost like the Book of Job, a lot like the Book of Job, where he loses everything and then like he's in pain. Except I wasn't that much in pain, and like I didn't lose everything. But I'm in a good place right now, and that's what I was saying. Playing video games, this is hard. This is fun, dude. Okay, so we just attached. This is a legacy controller. This is actually real hardware from probably about 86. My mom didn't give me a Nintendo to 87, so I was using a Commodore 64 from 85 to 87. That's about 2 years. Really wanted a Nintendo Entertainment System, but that just shores up the fact that if I'm playing this 10 hours a day, no one else is playing Atari 600 10 hours a day. No one. People like if I'm winning tournaments, I'm winning like ladders. All my ladders up today to the modern era for mass gaming. Then I was doing them like then when no one was playing. Okay. Okay. So this is I see like the thing is like. This is almost broken. This joystick's almost broken right now. But it has like this weird lag where like I'm trying to explain an old joystick. It has more give. Yeah, so it feels better. Oh my god, this joystick feels way better. So actually, I'm really happy that I did this. I don't want to continue using this joystick though. It'll break any moment now. I just want to get it has like more of a sway and a give to it. You know, which is it's a good feeling. Okay, so. That was important. Vitally important that I did not just go right on ham on gaming on that old joystick. I'd have broken it. Would not have been able to compare joysticks. So the new joysticks seem like they're more stiff. That's why I said my hand was hurting a little bit on it. It's like the old joysticks is more like playing with a sponge. Like you're kind of like sponging that way, sponging this way. The new joysticks are more like an actual hard stick with no give. And like what happens is since it was rubbery, like you push left, it would the top would rubber over to the side a little bit more. You know, it was good on the hand. So a good thing I did that. I captured the magic of that. So now that I captured the magic of the joystick, I'm gonna play on these joysticks that are not that fun. I got two of these new joysticks, both of which are not that great. I mean, they're good joysticks. They're solid control, but they're so hard that my hand hurts and the buttons are a little bit stiff. And I'm sure they do that just for you know, whoever the engineer of joysticks are. Probably just half-butted it. I mean, he probably said, we're talking about general problem-solving skills. He's probably, well, you know what? If it had problems breaking it, we're just going to shore it up with more material, right? When you shore it up with more material, you know what happens there? It gets stiff, you know? And that's where we're at right now. So we're gonna figure out optimal Atari 600 joystick back in the thing. I might make a gaming system today. Now I think about it. Dude, this is good analysis, dude. This is stuff I would never have gotten if I let it pick up my Atari 600. This is like hardcore game design right now. This is the type of thing that everybody should be watching at this point. If you're a game designer, you should be watching this video. Alright. So, we're going to go back on. The Atari 600 had one button. Okay. The one button was good in a lot of ways because cerebrally, if you have to pick what button you want to do, that's one more process. Left to right. If you pick a bunch of buttons, it takes a lot of processes, right? What time is it? I think it's here by. I want to get this closed out within the next hour because I want to get at least an hour of sleep for my bro, or I'll fall asleep on him. Okay. So I'm gonna plug this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna swap joystick controller. I'm gonna check out the two controllers I have left. Now that I have that one, maybe they're a little bit different. Oh, yeah. Those are really tough. Oh, yeah. There's a huge amount of give. These have no give. Let's see this. Those don't have give. The ones my friend didn't have. Yeah, they don't have give. So the ones that would break all the time, I give. I think what happens is it has so much give, you get extra torque, right? You over the top. As a physicist, I would say that more give means you get more leverage, right? More leverage, more force, and more force means you break it more often. So these guys are kind of weak button it, so you don't break it as often, right? So I'm gonna put it in. I'm still gonna play though. You know, I wanted to try it out, see the difference between the controllers. I'm glad I did that. Oh, dude, I just realized I have this setup right behind me. We're gonna go gangsta. Okay, let's reset this. I'll turn on Dragonfire. We might get into more games. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. One of the guilty pleasures of when you have 100 games, is to play them all. Another guilty pleasure if you haven't played video games in 10 years, when you play them again, it's like a new game. Oh God, I don't even care if that guy dies. Who cares? He's a jerk. Dirk the Daring, man. You ever look at Dirk the Daring? He looks like a total jerkwad. Oh man. Alright, here we go. Oh, you deserve more than that, man. At this point, I'm just burning you. It's like Disco Inferno. Ding, 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 ding. All right. Looks like I'm gonna give it to you straight. They could have did a better job on the guy firing up fireball right there. His tongue or whatever he's firing up. That's that graphic right there. You see that? You see that graphic down there? They could use like half of that face. It would have been better. Oh no. Oh, I can go off this. Whew. But they use a placeholder. Like, we'll put the square here, and we're gonna fix it later. Watch. You see that? That's almost certainly a placeholder. And they're like, well, you know, it fits, and we'll just leave it there. Ship it. It's a pretty good dragon, though. If you look at it, it's like it looks way better than like Adventure Dragon. What year is this, though? I think I'm guessing this will be like 83, 82. Ooh, ooh. Dude, my guy's going. Dude, like for a target, look how fast my guy's going. Like just in general, like that's a fast-paced guy, right? And the collision detection for that to work. This is like a little bit of feat of programming. All right, I love this game. This game's a good game. I'm gonna go back there, and I'm gonna put my headrest up to someplace that's like a little bit more chill. Oh yeah, don't mind me. I'm just in the castle. Oh. It's like a pause, dude. Oh, dude. Whoever invented castle and ended pause mode in wars. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just gonna go to my castle for a while. How much food I have, like laying around. Is how long I'm gonna stay in here. Please don't catapult over your corpses. We're chilling out. We should be chill bros. Everybody should be chill bros, not catapulting corpses or anything. All right. That's not exactly good. My setup is starting to scooch. All right. All right, we're just gonna deal without a neck brace. All right, we're going. Burn. All right. Oh. Oh, dude. All right, let's go. Yeah, I don't have to hit reset. Dude, you get how many lives? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I love games that give you 7 lives. Something about this game makes me want to hit expert. Yeah, I'm an expert at this game here. We're going expert. Let's try it out. Let's see if it turns it on right now. Alright, I burnt my guy. Let's see, did I get 3 lives or something? Get 7 lives. Sometimes the expert button doesn't do anything. In Atari 600, expert button is basically like, there's a word for expert button on 2600. It's called like unfair. Oh, dude, no, he's firing a bunch of balls. See that? It looks like he's experting at me. It's expert dragon. Whew. Whew. That's expert dragon. Oh, dude, he led me, dude. That was like he shot it ahead of. Casually. Oh. Alright. Whew, that's hard to try to get to. Dude, if you're at the top, it's easy to dodge at the top, so stay at the top all the time. That's my new jam. Dragon versus Dragons. I'm a top dweller versus Dragon. Get to the top as fast as possible. Then you drop down. One of those, go back to the top. When you're top, you get more time to react to the fireball. Top. Okay, yeah, that's the strategy. You play against Janna in like League of Legends. You want to be as far away from the tornado as possible. Give you more time to dodge, less chance they'll hit you. Alright. This is actually pretty fun. We're playing expert mode. Woo! Like, I mean, guys, I'm not gonna lie. It's like, I'm not gonna lie, I got smacked in the eye with a ball that make me fry. Brave Robin got burned away. I'm broken. Oh, dear God. Boom! Called the prayer in. Alright, let's go. Hey, let's pray for this one. It's a prayer, and I'm not going to do anything. Oof. It's an invisible dragon. Alright. I got a treasure. As long as I get some gold before I die, I guess that's all that matters. Alright, so, I'm going to tell you a secret. Never sell your games to GameStop. GameStop's cool. Don't get me wrong. Good little company. Screw over like the bankers by investing in it, and they should invest in like Starfighter General so I can give them a cut. But if you hold on your games for 10 years, it's like playing them new. It's a secret. It's almost like playing them new. Alright. So we're getting ready to bumper jump. Dragonfire, bumper jump. We're gonna put, well, what's next to us? Let's see quest. We're gonna start stacking games. Let's see what we got here. The River Raids thing. Frogs and Flies was not my jam. I'm gonna be honest. I have Frogs and Flies and never played it. Whoa. Encounter at L5. That was like almost a jam, but not quite. I actually had to pull these chipboards out. I want to tell you something, man. If your Atari 600 game doesn't work, you can break open the board and just chip them. So I don't know if this is going to be River Raid or Encounter at L5. Upside down, set up. Okay. Oh, you have to. I think at this point you have to like push these things in here. You have to have a case that you might not jimmy it in right now. There's like little buttons you push in. Yeah, you push those little side tabs. It goes like a screwdriver. We're not going to do that right now. I don't want to ruin my Atari Center. I have to remember how to do that. Name this game. I like that game. Cobra Track. Okay, before there was Minecraft Creative Mode, I'm going to say before there was Minecraft Creative Mode, we had this from what year? 1978. That's a long time ago, man. It didn't work. Do I have to blow on it? You don't do that on Atari 600 games, do you? Okay, before... Where's mode? How do I select? Select's not working. Game select. Oh, there we go. It's 8. I think it's like 8, right? No, 9, no. 10, no. 11, 12, no. 13, 14. 14, right? Okay, so this is before there was Minecraft Creative Mode. There was this. Ooh. I'm gonna erase that. So a monkey with hands. Walk around. Try to make him a tough monkey. Oh. I'm doing my attempt at sprite art. I wonder if that looks like a monkey to me or not. Okay, the yellow thing's distracting. Huh. Is it symmetric? Let's see. Nope. I think that's the problem. I think it might be like 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, that's the problem. It's not symmetric. Things are not symmetric. 1, 2. Oh. That's really not. It's off like 2. That's bad. No, it's off of 1. I can just tell. Oh, he looks better with his arms. Oh, you hit space. You hold the button to travel one without. I mean, that looks like it kind of could be like an Atari 600 monkey guy. Oh, the legs are off over there. I like it. I like the left leg more than the right leg. Left looking at it. It's funny how smoothly I just remember doing this. Oh yeah, that's a good old monkey with monkey arms. Alright, enough for surround. That's about all for when we go surround. You can't play 2-player games by yourself. It's one of the things you did back in the day. Like, I wish I could play a multiplayer game. I cannot. There's no other people that are around to play with it. You know, enjoy your online people. Don't be mean to them. Haunted house. These are not even my games. Like, I'm being honest. I do not play Frogs and Frogs. I think Frogs and Frogs. Frogs and Frogs. Frogs and Flies was a game that I just thought wasn't even for Atari. I thought it was like a computer game. Or like a Coleco game, like or a television game. This was a television game. So let's just play it. See what we're looking at right now. It's just like an arc. Okay. Oh, dude, straight to the enemy. Hey, don't do that. So how did you try to get aggressive trajectory, dude? Like I thought this is, no, stop. Alright. It's on random AI frog. Oh no. No. Oh, dude. See, like you want to be aggressive jumps, right? Lick in the back of the head. Intimidation lick. Alright. Take that, AI frog. You're not taking over the world today, frogman. No. Hey! I take all that trash talk back. Is this the classic, the screen's fading out as your time's running out? It's turning to nighttime. Oh, I love it. It's a trope of Atari Center games. As the time running out, they make the screen slowly darken. And they don't have it darkening, so they just palette swap a little bit. And the best they can do is make it look dark. They might even turn like purple or green next instead of like just black. Oh yeah. Yeah, this purple. I know how my palette swaps work. Total frog right here. Jump through the air with your tongue out. Dude, frogs even like jump and dude, if I saw a frog jumping through the air and catching like a moth in the air, like it'd be the freaking The Matrix, man. I'm sure it happens. Tommy Lee Frog. I know frog food. Snatch the fly from the sky with your tongue. Nah, I'll just use chopsticks, Mr. Miyagi. That's quite alright. I don't want to snatch the frog from the fly with my tongue. Do as I say, or you'll never be a winner. It's like, come on, dude, for real? Oh, there it is, some black there. Straight. I got 60. Go ahead. I can just sit down and not even play. I'm gonna run the clock out on this guy. I'll be like, you got your 3 timeouts, and it's just the referees can like do whatever they want, man. You're not coming back from this. I don't care if you're the Patriots and the referees bet on the game. You lost. 64-20. I mean, this game's kind of fun. I kind of jam out with it. I just jumped off the wall. The end. That's some pretty nice text there. Little firefly there. I jam out. Like, but if this was the only game you had, and you had to keep doing this over and over and over again, your brother or sister would eventually punch you. I don't want to play this game anymore. It's boring. But I enjoyed it because it was not my jam. I got it off a friend. Let's close it out. Swap the games. I'm just gunning through games right now. Sure, why not? The Space Invaders, I can hit that if I want to. Mystical Man, Warlords is really good. Dragster, we used to have the Dragster races. Astro Blast. Oh wait, is this the one I think it is? There's Astro Blast. I think Megalomania is the jam. Astro Blast is like the wannabe jam. So let's do the wannabe jam first, and then get to Megalomania. Then maybe Demon Attack. Alright, let's go. Yeah, this is the wannabe game. I think there might be like one you have to shoot. I think the key with this one is just one that'll blow you up if you don't shoot it down. This is like a precursor. This is a good game, right? It's a good game. But the problem is this is one of the original games, so it's not. It's lacking in features. I'll see how long I can get. I'm enjoying myself. As long as I'm enjoying myself, keep going. Has a good like. I can't outpace the rapid fire. Rapid fire is built in. I can't outpace it. There's a horde in. There's no reason not to hold in. There's not like there's hostage meteors being thrown into your planet, and if you don't shoot them, they can die peaceful deaths on the ground instead of being lasered. You know, it's like there's nothing to not shoot it. So I might as well just hold the button in. I need to eat right now. My bones are in pain. When your bones are in pain, you probably have a little bit of malnutrition going on. So it's like I take a little bit of vitamin D. I take a little bit of K. But I'm not. I should just take a calcium pill at this point. I think I did take one. I wonder what could it be. Oh, I think that one of those will just destroy me, right? We got to the point where it's like it's someone else's turn to play. Like you got that. Like there's a lot of games like that that have been made. It's a very successful game. That like that's it. That hits the ground. That's a missile. That's from Russia. It blows up. There's a couple games like that where like it gives you like a little bit of time to like just hang around and have fun, right? And then after your fun time's over, then it's on. Like Spy Hunter. A lot of people don't know the first like I don't know minute of Spy Hunter is like free play. You can die as many times as you want. Then you have one death. Just like spies, man. See, I'm sitting in the middle right now. I think that might kill me too. I think that was a seeking me. See, right already this since the joystick is hurting me, 'cause it's like so stiff. It's not comfortable to play like a normal joystick. It's actually awesome. I realized that could be an issue. You know, we're doing this all by the book. Comparing old hardware to new hardware. I really don't play this anymore. Like I play Atari, but like I'm not gonna play this game. I know this game's dated. What year did this game 1982. That's not bad. That's actually a mid. Atari went from like 77 to about 84. The video game crashed at 83, but they still push games out through 84. When you're there, the video game crash today was all terrible. Atari's going under. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Video games are still going to be around. They still have computer games are better and everything. All I knew was when Atari was going under, video games were like a quarter or 25 cents. So I just picked everyone up I could at Toys R Us. It was Toys R Us, yeah. Toys R Us is normally expensive. They were throwing them out for nothing. Children's Palace, though, oh my God, things were cheap at Children's Palace. You get them with a handful of change, you're coming out with like 5 or 6 things. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna look for some Pog jams right now. Demon Attack. There we go. No, I'm not even looking anymore. This is what a lot of people think is the best game of all time for Atari 600. And if they didn't know how to play, Bump and Jump, they'd be right. This game's really good. You can jam with this one for hours. Unfortunately, we only have about 40 minutes left of jamming time. Oh, come on, tell me it works. Glory to God. Hey, Jesus. Let's. I'd like to play this game. Amen. There. Waiting for the loading screen for some reason, like the PlayStation logo would pop up or something. That was more of a thing. Hey God, let's say you've vanquished demons. Demons are real. This is just a video game. These are not real. I'm served the God of love and everything, and like I don't have to worry about like evil spirits or demons or anything. This is just in name only. So I guess that's just my prayer. Well, that's a cool looking box art there. Check it out. It's like little. I don't know if you can see that. There's no thing, but like I said, you gotta say some prayers, man, all the time. You can hear. There you go. We got a game. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the wrong joystick. Fighting. How about an expert? Does that mean like it's harder? I'm gonna let my guy die. My hands, that cartridge is so dirty. My hand, I can feel pain in my hands. There's some really old, there's some really old dust. People who handle comics know what I'm talking about. They're just so dirty, so foul that the bacteria and stuff on it that like hurt your hands. And I don't want to transfer that to the joystick, you know. Put a little bit of vinegar on that thing. And these are new joysticks. These are not the old joystick. But I keep that in mind when I'm picking up cartridges. I'm gonna have to like wipe the cartridges a little bit before going into it. Good Lord, and press it, go, press it, go. Go over there a little bit, hit the rush. Hey, my health conditions require a little bit of stress rest, you know. So I'm gonna call it early. We'll play some Demon Attack next week shop. We had some prayer. We talked about through some games. We had actually an ultimate game design idea came through with meditative games and why bump and jump is actually the pog jam of Atari 600. Why it'll put you to sleep while you're still having fun. It lowers you, mellows you, puts you into a Zen state. I hesitate to use the word Zen as a Christian, but people know what I'm talking about. Like, you know, mellow, one with the real meditative, bump and jump. You don't even know. You don't even know. People today can't respect bump and jump. People back in, what, 83 when it came out, they could not. Most people didn't know how to play video games very well. Like, they had bad hand-eye coordination completely. And what I'm talking about is like they couldn't get over that first Goomba in Atari. If you knew a kid that could get over that first Goomba in Nintendo and Family System, you had hope for him, you know. Wow, you know your stuff, man. That's what we're talking about, you know. Today's people are good enough. They can pick up some. They can pick up some. That's kind of cool. It doesn't shoot you like there. It's like it's a fair game. Like it's like unless you have paws and stuff. The guy might go to the restroom, you know. You want to kill him right there. You see that? I'm gonna try and cheat. I'm gonna look at the creator. Like I want to sleep, but like I'm looking at all these game design. Look, try to cheat. What? Don't you want to kill him? Don't tell me this is the Miss Backman space. I can't get killed if you say it. Oh, there you have it. Should move. I clear that one out. Oh no, he's moving. Here, look. Yeah, so that's just like a timeout. I want to see like if it kills me again. Like, kill this. I'm gonna see if that's a pause thing. That's amazing if this game has a pause feature. I'm gonna let them kill me like here. Really? It's a pause feature. That's a genius. No, it's not that pausey. Oh yeah, I spoke too soon. Anyway, there you go. I thought we had some sort of genius game design where they instituted a pause feature, but we were just lucky, happenstance. We went through a lot of topics today. We talked a lot about game design. We talked a lot about the 80s. We talked about this and that. I hope you enjoyed your time with the video game Caretaker. I have 150,000 hours in video gaming, coding, design, gaming. That's all I do. 10 hours a day, every day. On average, most days I do 16 hours of it, but some days, you know, I get out and about. We only go about 4. It's on my mind all the time. What is it called? There's a guy called the Beast on Mr. Beast on what would be called YouTube, and he just does YouTube videos that are funny. entertains people, right? Basically screws off on YouTube and does things people are interested in. He said he attributed his success because he put 10 hours a day into it every day. I've not heard of people who put that much time into stuff. 10 hours a day on average is basically on average what you do if you all about something. You know, Bach, Beethoven, all those guys probably put 10 hours a day. Mozart probably put 10 hours a day into it. So his fingers hurt, right? What you do when you're about an art. I mean, what else are you going to do in life? You're going to drink yourself away? Smoke cigarettes and kill yourself? That's dumb. It's dumb. Make something of your life, man. Even if you're old, you can make something of your life. You got to just stop the substance abuse. You need to imagine if you stop smoking cigarettes, you just like gave some money to the poor instead. You get some blessings, my God. You know, people are like, what do? You have one life, one day to live. Well, I'll spend all my money and go on like a hot rod, just hit the pedal of the metal and see how far I can drive down the road, or I'll go skydiving naked or something. You know, just try something. Risk life, right? Spend all their money for their own entertainment. If you really had one life to live, one day to live, what you want to do? You're helping people, just like you live any other day. Help people as much as you can. Now you don't have anything later, so like just get it all out and help people. Pretty sure there's been some bank robbers. Oh, I got cancer. You know, I'm not gonna rob a bank for my kid, like Breaking Bad or something. You know? But you don't want to do that. You want to help people. In all situations, help people. Even if they're jerks, you help them. Yep. The extra mile. Jesus said, you know, pack the extra mile. You heard about? Go the extra mile. You know, come from Jesus. What he meant to say is when your nation gets conquered, and your totalitarian overlords looking over you and telling you to do stuff, do it good and do it better. Bridge over the river Kwai type of thing. Go the extra mile. No. So you always want to be helping people, even if they're jerks, even if they're invaders, even if they're killing you. Because like, if you're bad to people who are bad to you, nice to you. But if you're good to people who are bad to you, eventually you go, what am I doing bad to this guy? No, he's not a bad guy. Pretty good. Well, maybe I'm the bad guy. No, wow. Let's figure this out. You know. And when they, well, how am I going to figure this out? I genocided everybody, and oh, Jesus will forgive you. You know. You just stop doing it now, man. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. Guess what you do. You know. The invaders can conquer people, can turn it around. You know, but I mean, there's no way. Ain't no way. Someone that's conquering invaders, some person that's jerk to you, opposing gang members, people just hate you, are going to stop hating you if you start punching them and keying up their car and yelling at them and stuff. You can't drive out hate with hate, you know. Martin Luther King knows this stuff. And that's why I'm doing this series, because of there was no hate in arcades. There was. You know, don't get me wrong, hate's been around for me in time since the original sin. But I saw none of it personally. Arcades. I had a friend, also. I had a friend. Still have a friend. Yes. Still, this is my friend. My best friend ever. But, I haven't talked to him with much, but like, don't mind me. I'm just thinking about something that matters to me. I love my cousin Mary. He played 10,000 hours, 1980, 1995. That was our jam. He saw no hate either. You go online, if there's a hate before you can blink your head. If I was to hit a minute now versus 0 hate in 10,000 hours, you know. I gotta turn around, gotta bring the arcades back, because there's something about isolationism that makes people like not be able to socialize anymore. Probably seen it after the pandemic, you know. People not socializing very well, losing friends and stuff just because people are idiots, you know. Everyone wants to argue about stuff. No, this is this. Like, how about we just hang out and have a pizza and play some Smash Brothers or something? I don't even play Smash Brothers, but it's really a lot better than arguing with people. You know, people lose their ability to socialize. Completely lost the ability to socialize. There's people out there who don't. And that's because isolationism. It's pushed on you for a reason. There's a reason why if you trip on a groundhog hole at someone's house and you can sue them for their property, or break a step, or because they don't want people hanging out with each other. The people that push control, the bad guys, the tyrants, and if we socialize with each other, we're gonna have a good time. I don't want that. I want us to be opposing, divided and stuff. And yeah, we're pretty much well opposed and divided and stuff right now. United we stand, divided we fall. I don't know how much longer America is going to be around. I guess you know what I'm saying. Well, anyway, that's politics. I didn't want to go there. So what I just want to say, the best way to fight that isolationism is to have arcades and places for people to hang out. And I think you're like, well, the arcades will never come back. There's no reason to be in gaming next to people when I can game at home. I want to tell you a secret, and this is a secret only MMO designers know. You can have, there's certain types of networking you can do when gaming, where if you have zero latency of everybody close to each other, you can do some really special stuff. You can have, you know how EVE Online had like, what, 6,000 players at like 2 frames per second? You can have as much as a video game card can take. You can have, I'm going to hesitate to say it, like 50,000 players. If you could fit 50,000 players in one area, which you probably can't because it's freaking small, and you can afford 50,000 hardware, it has to be good hardware to be able to render that many people. But I'm saying, like, networking is no problem. You don't have a problem. You don't have a problem with LANs. And if you have other, and you also don't have a problem with security or hacking, because everybody can look at everybody's shoulder. If they're arcade machines, they have to tamper into the machine to get to them. So you can make arcade machines that have the best MMO ever. They have better networking and stuff in them. Can't be hacked. So I mean that's just something minor. Something minor. You can, you know, maybe in-person Street Fighter games. You know, better connects and kickboxing games. Anyway, I'm rambling really hard. I need to get to sleep so I can get working on some games. So God bless you guys. Thanks for hanging out with the video game Caretaker. I'll post this to the guy Joe or Alex. I forget his name. I feel terrible. And thank you much Retrograde for the